Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, gentle people. Welcome to Build Day, I believe, 32. God, it's hard to believe we've been at this for 32 days already. Today is going to be a very interesting day. We're back in the photo hallway, as you can tell from my backdrop. And I got to correct a problem. I forgot to light up the display. I did get the pictures lit up, but they're not giving off enough light to light up the display. I should have known better. So I've got to come in and put in 3 lights. I'm going to use 2 Haunted Treasure orange lights up here on the framework. Probably put them on the upper bar there to point down at the display. And I'm going to use one of my old lights, probably a blue flood, up here on top of the wall, to aim down at the pumpkin pile. That should be more than enough to light this display up. And since I've got my wiring already in and everything, I've got something to tap into to do the lights. So it shouldn't take too long. Once that's done, we are going to move over here past the roadblock. Over here to Werewolf in the tube hallway. This is going to take most of the day for me today. I've got one power line, a 12-volt power line. I need to run over to do 4 pucks, both in each of the pumpkins on both the barrels. Then I got to run another 12-volt line over for the control box, which will control him. Once I can get done with that, and then after on the circuit that's going on the pumpkins, I need to drop a lead from the pumpkins out here to run down the fence, because I'm going to have 2 lights to put in to highlight him. And we're thinking of doing flickering red on him. But anyway, we've got the pucks to do, power line for that. I've got another power line for the control box I need to do. Then I need to get straw in here, and then I need to get the hell out of here. Once that's done, Sue Ann's going to come in and do pumpkins, her and Morgan both, and they're going to do a big pumpkin pile in here. Once she is done with that, I can put the fence panel in, get the last 2 lights in, and then I'm going to be hitting the attic. We got to get down all the tubes. I have decided we are going to get the tubes put in today, which will run from right there where the pumpkin panels start all the way through here and down to where the ghost is. And we're going to get all the tubes hung. Last year it took me about 4 hours altogether to get just the tubes hung. So we're going to be in here quite a ways. Now, loosely on the docket, I don't know how long it's going to take Sue Ann to do her pumpkins. Okay. They've got to haul them from the patio out here and get them all positioned and what have you. Probably won't take them more than about a half hour. So what I am thinking of doing is, so I'm not sitting around while Morgan and Sue are doing the pumpkins, I am thinking about getting over here. And Bart needs 2 or 3 lights. I haven't decided on how many yet. On him. And they'll attach to the plywood and get tied in to the electrical lines for the wall panels. Plus I gotta get the wall panels hooked up. And I gotta get straw in, so those shouldn't take too long. I think I could probably do those while Sue Ann and Morgan the pumpkin pile over in the Werewolf. Then when I'm done with this, I can hop back over there, get things buttoned up, and start hanging tubes. I am also going to have Morgan, once the straw's in over there, and hopefully the straw's in over here in the Butler, and she's done with doing the pumpkins, of having her do a cleanup from the bride and groom all the way through up in here to the courtyard, because it needs it. So, and Kaylee wants to go in. She's done her job and she's done. So, anyway, breakfast of the day, a cheesy peanut butter and jelly sandwich or two. And what I mean by cheesy, you just do a peanut butter jelly sandwich, add a couple slices of cheese to it, cut it in half, cut it diagonally, or eat it whole. And there's your breakfast of the day. Now I want to get going. It's 10 o'clock out here. I want to get going. First thing I'm going to do is get rid of this winter coat. I thought it was colder out here than it was. I checked the phone, it's 56. No need for the winter coat. I'll go put on my sweat jacket. It's going on about 3:30. Figure it was time to give you another segment. You haven't had anything since opening, I don't think. Which has happened a couple of times this year. Over in the photo hallway, and I ended up not having to take the gate down to run a power line. I ended up putting two lights up there, one aimed down at these guys and the other one aimed down at that pumpkin pile. They're both orange, which is what all the spots in here are. But I'll have to get in there and kind of aim those tonight, but that should light up the display. Over here, I've been busy and Sue Ann's been busy. We've been working in the werewolf. He is all wired up. And you can see some of Sue Ann's handiwork there, but we got the pumpkins lit up. And her and Morgan did a nice size pumpkin pile in here. So this display is good and ready to go. And we will turn T1 on tonight and test the board out at night. And I've also added two floods, two of my 6 LED floods. One there, and then there's one over there. I've got to get those aimed in here. But other than that, that's done. And I hopped over here to Courtyard 2 real quick. And more pumpkins there. We got the straw in, and I added 3 spots up there to highlight Barb. It's Bart, not Barb. But Bart the butler is ready to go. Like I said, I'm going to be turning T1 on tonight. I've got aimed these lights and stuff, so you'll be getting a look at the photo hallway, the werewolf, and Bart tonight under lights. I'll probably have the doors open here, and that'll kind of ruin it a little bit, but you'll get another walkthrough look of them when I do the walkthrough video, and that means the doors will be shut. Now my next job, we are returning back to the werewolf. I've got to get up in the air, and I've decided we are going to hang all the tubes today and get this part of the display totally done, 100% done. Takes 3 to 4 hours to hang 180 tubes. And I got from where they come through in the photo hallway all the way up to this point to hang tubes. It'll take a while, but we got to get up in the attic and get things down. All the tubes are up there. What? Is doing some cleanup.
I'm trying to.
She's been busy. She's tired. She's been helping Mama do all the pumpkins today. She's doing some cleanup, and she'll be doing that while we're up in the attic, getting tubes down. But other than that, there's your segment. Okay, quickie segment here. I think it was Mark Hall that asked a while back how I did my chains and the tubes. And then I mentioned about using 1x2s for doing the chains. The tubes, I use the same material, but it's cut into little strips like this with a hole on each end for 2 screws. And what I do is when my set dresser designed the tube, she put a loop in the end of it that the little piece of wood slides into. Now I can attach this over here onto the plywood. I just put it up there, run 2 screws through it, and the thing's hung. Now this is one of my short tubes. it was the end of the cloth. She didn't have enough to do the standard tubes, so we made up a bunch of small ones. This year, these small ones are going to come in handy. I'll be hanging this little bunch, in front of the werewolf, because I want people to see the werewolf more than I want them to see the tubes. But those there, they're 5 foot to 6 foot long, and people are going to have to push through them to get down the haunt, or through the hallway here. So it'll be interesting. And with the green lights flickering on the wall panels and stuff, it adds a really creepy, claustrophobic feel to it. But we got these out here. Now I need to start hanging. And this takes 3 to 4 hours usually to hang them all, because that's what it's taken the last couple of years. I don't know how quick I move. As you can hear, Bart's going off. But we've got him all lit up. Let's see if they'll show. That's what I've got left for tubes to do. So I did not get the tubes done, and it's a little after 9. I've been working on it just over 4 hours. It's taken a lot longer than I thought it would be. But we'll get those finished. It'll take about an hour to get that amount finished tomorrow, if that. But we got Bart done. And if I have everything turned on right, the stuff should be running over here. We'll find out here in a sec. Nope, nothing. Okay, 1 sec. Okay, that should fix that. I turned everything on. I don't have everything labeled yet. So I can't tell what I'm turning on. Yeah, it's running now. There we go with that. Now, filming the werewolf, which is the next one I wanted to show you, is going to be interesting because of all of those. I think people coming around the corner and tripping him might freak some people out, but he looks good. I got the red floods aimed. They're hitting him in the chest, which lights him up a little bit. And then the eyes on the head and the jaw moving. Works perfect. Now, I did hang tubes through here, but they're short ones, and they're further spaced apart. Over here, I packed them in a little thicker. It's going to be interesting filming this. It is every year, especially right here, because the hallway gets to be about 2 foot and the tubes kind of block you off. And then it opens up. So that's going to be interesting. I don't know if that's going to work or not. But then we're into the courtyard. And back to Bart.
It's simply dreadful out. Please come warm yourself by my candelabra.
Now, like I said, I still got those down there to put in. What I ended up doing is I started back at the door at the back of the haunt back there. With a tape measure, I went and put a 1 foot mark on the plywood all the way up to here, and I hung tubes up instead of 3 on those 1 foot marks. Now, with what I've got left over, I'm coming back and I'm adding some in between. So like here, you can see, quite a ways down. If I hang the tubes in that gap between the sets of 3, you can't do that. It makes it look more like a solid curtain, and that's what I'm going for. So it's interesting. We've got parked the truck
The master is
and
just
stuff, and then we'll do the end of the day wrap up. Kaylee's ready to go. It's like I said, it's after 9, so it's going to be a late night with the editing. Okay, a late end of the day wrap up. I really don't know how good we did today. Got out here, and I had 2 floodlights to put in over in the photo hallway. Then I got those in first. Then we went over to Werewolf. I had 4 puck lights and a control board to put in. And the puck lights took forever because I was having trouble. The wiring was acting really wonky. And it was some of the leftover stuff. So I went ahead and pulled it, threw it in the garbage after about an hour's worth of cussing with it, and brought out a new spool. Put that in, it all came right on, not a problem. We got the pucks going. The board went right in, was real quick. Got the straw in there. And Sue Ann and Morgan started doing pumpkins about 1:30 or so. And they got pumpkins in the Werewolf. I came back out after Kaylee's walk, got the lights in Bart, got the straw in, and Sue Ann and Morgan came out and they got the pumpkins in Bart. It's display. And I don't think I showed those. They're right there. Showed you Bart firing off. I forgot to show you that. And Mo was having so much fun carrying the pumpkins out, and Sue Ann was letting her pick where the pumpkins go and stuff. By the time they got done with this, and I had Morgan go through and do a sweeping, she was so tired, she went and took a nap and slept for 3 hours. Oh God, she was out. That was a lot of carrying for her. Anyway, I ended up getting the fence in on the Werewolf, getting the lights, 2 lights I had to put on there, or in there on that fence, in to highlight the wolf. And I could have aimed them up higher on the wolf, I was noticing tonight. But with the head moving, it would have been traveling in and out of the light. The lights are hitting more the torso. And, you know, the torso turns, too, when that thing goes off. I think it's just fine. I like the look of it. Then we started working on installing the tubes in the tube hallway. And as you saw, I still got a few left. I have a feeling I am going to have a couple left over this year. The reason why I'm going to have some left over is because I did a really loose set in front of the Werewolf. You know, I didn't pack them in like I normally did. I wanted the Werewolf to be seen through those, and if I packed them the way I normally would, it would have been effectively walling off the Werewolf and no one would have saw it. So I did it way looser. I think because of that, I'm going to end up with a few left over. I do have to finish a hallway out. I got one kind of a choke point with the tubes in there. I might thin it out a little bit, just that one section. I haven't decided yet. I'll make that decision tomorrow. But as of tomorrow, it's going to be a short build day for me. I've got some errands to do. You won't notice any difference. The vlog will be going up about the same time as it always does. But for me, I'll be getting out here a bit later. We've got a bunch of errands in the morning that I need to run. I have no choice. They have to be ran tomorrow, or we're going to have some problems here. Basically, we're running out of food. I got to go grocery shopping. I got prescriptions to pick up, you know, and that sort of thing. We're going to do that tomorrow, but when we get back to the haunt, I'm going to finish messing with those tubes and getting those tubes up. Once the tubes are done, we'll be moving into the Gypsy. I've got several 12-volt lines and a 5-volt line to put in over there. I've also got an air hose I need to get over there to run the cups on the table. And I've got to find the power supply for the tray. I think I know where that is downstairs. I can grab that. And I got to get that plugged in so the tray's working. I'd totally forgotten about that when I did the AC work. So, you know, we got a lot of work in the Gypsy to do. I don't think we'll get past the Gypsy tomorrow. Just too many lights and too many little things here and there that need to be ran and done in there. But past that, stay spooky, stay toxic.